Hey liberals, I'm talking to you. First of all, I have a Trump 2020 flag, and I have a blue line flag. I got it from Black Conservative today. But this video is going to be a lot of rants about stuff. It's going to probably be a long video. But I'm going to start off saying, on a positive note, I met a black liberal on Facebook who is very intelligent. We're disagreeing on stuff, but we didn't attack each other. We continued talking until we found common grounds. His common grounds are very simple. He supports Black Lives Matter ideology, but not the group, the organization. I support Black Lives Matter ideology and all lives matter, actually, and so does he. I just don't support the group, the organization. I think the organization itself is bad. He also doesn't believe America is actually racist. There's racism in America, but there's racism everywhere. There was racism in different races. But we do need to try to bridge that gap. We need to make sure the people that are not racist is the loudest voice. Not the minority, but I do believe these riots and stuff is causing a lot more racist tension, which will lead to more racism. And we need to nip it in the butt. He also believed that cops he supports Blue Lives Matter. He believes that 3% is bad apples, and I can concur that police brutality is a real thing, and we do need to address this. We do not need these bad apples in the police force. We need to make sure that once that they are kicked out and they can't go to another precinct or another city, be a cop. They're done. They shouldn't even be a security guard. And we agree with this. Trump agrees with this too. He's been working on legislation to make sure that bad apples can't come back as cops. He's trying to end that. And Trump said many times he supports police officers, but he does not support the bad apples. Well, bad apples. He thinks they need to get rid of and not come back. So we have common ground. And Marcus should run as a politician because his views and ideology can benefit both sides. Even if he runs as a Democrat, I will support him 100%. So we need everybody on the right and on the left needs to learn. Let's talk instead of all this hate, instead of all this writing. Let's talk and find common ground. Okay. So Marcus, you watch this channel? If you do watch this, please subscribe. If you won't disagree with anything, I'm more than happy to put your comments in below. There's nothing wrong with us disagreeing as long as we do it civilized, people. So, and that's one thing that we all need to learn is being civilized and respect each other's opinions. That's what's make America great. We can have different opinions and supposedly not be silenced or killed for, but, I talked about hate speech before and how I do not believe that hate speech is a thing because, me just saying I don't agree with something is considered hate speech. I don't get it. I just don't get it whatsoever. Video I would like to start off with is I waited because I wanted all the facts. Not everything's been addressed, so we'll start off with the Jacob Blake thing. Before I do, I want to try to understand the riots that happened again in Minnesota, I guess about 2-3 days ago, over a guy. Well, first of all, I thought there was nothing there to burn and loot, but I guess I was wrong. But a guy it's on video. Guy's running away from a cop, the criminal. I forgot what they were after him for, but he shoots himself in the head. You can see the cops had nothing to do with his death. He did it himself. But I guess the cops should have let him go. But they're riding over that. Blows my mind. So let's talk about Jacob Blake. The media's portrayal of the incident was there was a guy there breaking up a fight, being upstanding citizen, breaking up a fight between two girls. That's farther from the truth. The 911 call was released. His baby mama called the cops on him because he wasn't supposed to be around her or her kids. Now, she gives them the name. Now, the dispatcher lets the cops know who they're dealing with. Now, the guy's past record, criminal record, means nothing. It means absolutely nothing to me. But he does have current felony warrants for domestic assault and sexual assault on a minor. These are felony charges. I'm not saying he's guilty, but, he's innocent to proven guilty. But they have to arrest him. He has to go to court. So when they get there, their intention was not to ask them to leave, but basically to arrest them because of these felony warrants. Now, there was one video that came out showing him walking to the car, and let's get it on context because there's a first video. Okay, the first video comes out, well, the second video should have been the first. First video, they're struggling. He gets away. Now, my thing is, if the police are allowed to use chokehold, it could have ended right there because a chokehold is not deadly, especially when applied right. You apply it, you have them incapacitated in 1 minute, and you handcuff them. You shouldn't have a chokehold more than 1 minute. Now, he gets up, and a female police officer goes to tase him. It either malfunctioned or it didn't affect him, and he continues off. So that right there also gets rid of another media's portrayal. First of all, it's not this guy just minding his own business breaking up a fight. Second thing is, well, they should have tried to detain him instead of shoot him. They did. He gets away. Now, supposedly somebody showed a video up close where it looks like he has a knife while he's walking around. You can't really, it's a blurry image. It could be truck keys, who knows. But he's walking around. They did find a knife in his truck, and interviewing him while he was in the hospital, he did admit to having a knife. I don't know if he had a knife before he got in the truck or what. But anyway, he's walking to his truck. He's not reaching in, people, because they just got through wrestling to give the officer a bottle of Gatorade because it's hot outside. There's two reasons why he's doing this. First, he's trying to leave. He's trying to get a vehicle and drive off. Now, he's got his kids in the car. Remember, he's not supposed to be around his baby mama or the kids. So technically, he's trying to kidnap the kids, if you look at it that way. The police officer cannot let him leave with the kids. Also, he could use that vehicle to run them over, if this is what he was doing. But it didn't look like it. I think he's doing more of a second thing. If you see with the police officer trying to pull him, he's reaching in the vehicle. It doesn't look like he's trying to get in. It looks like he's trying to get something. I don't know. But he's definitely not getting Gatorade, like I said. He's not getting them a lollipop because they're good people. And then the police officer fires a couple shots. He's still reaching. He fires a few more shots. Fortunately, Jacob Blake lived. But the police officers cannot wait to find out what he's getting or what he's going to do. It's their lives, it's the public lives, and it's the kids' life at stake there. They have to make this decision. I'm not saying resisting arrest should lead you to getting shot, but they don't know your intentions, and all this can be avoided, and 99.9% of the police shooting can be avoided if people would stop resisting arrest and comply. You will have your day in court, and if the police officer oversteps their bounds, you will be able to sue and get money. Period. The city's going to have to pay for it. That being said, that it shouldn't have came down to that, but it did, and Jacob Blake should take responsibility. It's not the cops' fault. Stop resisting arrest. Comply. Very simple. But I blame the media, because the media is putting it in people's head, especially the black community, it's okay to walk away or resist police officers. That they don't have the right to detain you or right to do anything to you. It's the media's fault. They're spreading false narrative that's causing division in this country. Now, another thing I want to go over is the bad side of Facebook. Now, I love it when you post something. And all I did was they were talking about Breonna Taylor and how the police officer actually made a mistake and went to the wrong house. And that's not the case. They said that her name wasn't on the warrant. The guy they were looking for was someplace else. And the address did not match what the police went to. That is all was wrong. And I was on Facebook basically saying, no, this is what happened. Here's the actual report. And this lady was trying to bully me, trying to dig into information about me, trying to post it on Facebook. Oh, he's bankrupt. No, I'm not. Oh, he's in his 40s. He hates his life. No, I love my life. If you ask anybody that knows me, I love my life. I'm doing okay. I'm not rich by any means, but me and mine is doing okay. We don't have everything in the world we want, but we have food, we have shelter, and that's all that counts to me. So, she wants to try to bully me for just posting facts. If you disagree with me, that's fine. You can say I disagree with you, and then you can try to point facts that contradicts what I say. That is great. But I'm posting stuff, and I'll have the link to the whole report about the warrant and the investigation after the shooting on Breonna Taylor. I'll put it down on links below, and also I'm going to do a video with Officer Tatum where he said some things about America that really touched me, and I would like to share that with y'all too. But first, let's go over the situation. The warrant had Breonna Taylor, her ex-boyfriend Glover, and her current boyfriend Wake, and a lady last name Bradley on the warrant. They're mentioned in the warrant. They had Breonna Taylor's address and had her boyfriend's address also on the warrant. There's evidence of people going to Breonna Taylor, drug runs, and all that stuff. They had an informant who supposedly bought drugs there in this evidence. So that's the reason why they were there. Breonna Taylor would not have been shot today if it wasn't for this. People are demanding that the officer be arrested. They follow protocol. Now, I do not agree with no knock warrants, but it is in there where they were at. No knock warrants is issued. I do not agree with no knock warrants because it can lead to situations. I understand people may want to defend themselves if they don't intruders coming in. And I understand why they have no knock warrant, because if a place is supposedly have illegal guns, many illegal guns, you're trying to take people by surprise before they can get to the gun and start a shootout where you knock on the door. Now, there's phone call recording after this that basically his Glover's baby mama was like, you're responsible for her death. He said, no, Walker is. Walker's the one to start shooting up. And, they talk about a bunch of stuff. And then there's also in there where, they were asking Glover, where's the money? Where's the money? And about $15K, I think, or more. Sometimes they mention $20K, and he's basically, hey, I gave it to Breonna. And they're like, no, you didn't. They're call him a liar. And he goes, yeah, I'm not in this alone. So suggesting, he said, I ain't getting into details. He said, I'm not going to do that here. But that suggesting that Breonna Taylor was just not residing in there, that she was involved in the criminal activity. Now, these are just phone call conversations, and there's all kinds of evidence. This report is 32 pages long. So, Breonna Taylor would have been alive today if it wasn't for the illegal activity. The cops filed protocol. It's sad that she lost her life. And Walker's defense is that, well, he thought somebody's invading. Now, who's to say if they didn't get a no-knock, they just knocked on the door, knocking on the door saying police and then came in? Who say he wouldn't have started shooting up then? We don't know. These are very criminal. I mean, they were involved in a lot of criminal activities. You need to Walker and Glover. You need to read the whole report, and that's why I was publishing it, because they're like the only person they were after was Glover. No, uh, Breonna Taylor, Walker, and Glover was on, and Bradley was in the report. You will see it all, and I will put a link right there. So, trying to criminalize what the police did when they followed protocol, you can't do it. They did not do nothing. They followed the protocol. They should not lose their job. They followed protocol. Everything they followed was by the book. Now, where this happened is a Democrat mayor. You need to be upset. If you're going to be upset about the protocols, you need to get mad at them, because they're the one that allows these protocols. I mean, each in the states also. No, Not Warrant is state by state. Some states will issue it, some states won't. So that's what we need to look at. So, and be mad at Walker. He's the one that started shooting. That's my take on the Breonna case. She'll be alive today if criminal activity was not involved. Talking about she happened to be in the hallway when they were having a shootout with Walker, and Walker had known that it was a cop when he shot him, because he shot him as soon as he came around the corner. He shot him in the leg. He should have been able to see the uniform, but it is what it is. He should have said, "Oh fuck, I shot him." I first shot. Oh fuck, throw the gun down. Hey, I give up. That's what I would have done. But it is what it is. So this leads to another thing I want to talk about: rioting for no reason at all. Y'all are rioting for criminals, people that has been criminal activity. It doesn't make sense to me. I've already did a video on Bill, but at some point, instead of burning down your cities, if you don't like the no-knock warrant, and I agree with you, maybe they need to get rid of it. I understand why they do the no-knock warrant, but the people that wouldn't shoot back, maybe maybe they wouldn't. Walker wouldn't have shot if there was no such thing as a no-knock warrant. But it's protocols. They have it because there are people out there that you knock on the door and say police, they're loading up, and that's going to be a shootout. So the criminal activities that they were involved in, and these riots has got to stop. The Democrat governors and the Democrat mayors are responsible for the chaos that's going on. They're showing you what a world without police is. They're letting their cities burn while police stand by and watch. You have nothing but chaos. And then you have people like Kyle that's going to stand up and actually go and protect businesses. Right or wrong, people are going to fight back while cities burn. People are going to take it in their own hands to defend these places. Like I said, right or wrong, this will happen. This will lead to more bloodshed. This will lead to a civil war. And we must realize this, and actually, instead of letting the media use fear and race to divide us, let's look at policies that we can change, that can save lives. Let's not go down the road where we are nothing but a lawless country and people are out there defending property and shooting up anything that moves, because that's what's going on. Now, I want to also address, it's just not the media. It's people like Nancy Pelosi. They're feeding into this racism. They're feeding into this fear. If you really believe in everything you speak, and you have that much white guilt, then you need to basically give your stuff up to a POC. Give somebody give it to a POC. Give it to somebody of color. Because I'm tired of this white guilt that's trying to be force-fed on a spoon that I do not want. I did not have nothing to do with slaves. I have nothing that to do with any craziness. I am not a racist, never have been, and I wish that people try to make me quit making me feel guilty because I have nothing to be ashamed of. I'm tired of them trying to destroy this American history. I'm tired of them trying to force us down the world of socialism. But if you really do have white guilt and you feel so bad, leave me out of it. Because people like Nancy Pelosi, Hillary Clinton, Chelsea Clinton, and all the other stars in Hollywood, if you have so much white guilt, give up your money to a person of color. Leave me alone. You can do this. You can change a person of color's situation by giving them your money. I do not believe in reparations, never will, because I have nothing to do with it. Reparations? For what? For what did I do that I have to pay out of my pocket? And it would be a white tax, and I will go over a white tax later on. But I'm just tired of this white guilt. I'm tired of seeing people tell me I should be ashamed because I'm white. I'm not ashamed. And neither should anybody be ashamed of whatever race they are. There's nothing wrong to be proud of the race that you are. But to believe that that race is superior than the others, or try to treat people like you're more superior because of your race, is wrong. I don't care if you're black, I don't care if you're white. This is racism. Having white people kneel down to you and kiss your feet is racism. Telling people they're white that they should give everything to you because they're white is racism. But you can get everything from the people who has white guilt. Please take everything they got, because also obviously they think a certain way that they feel guilty. I find that people that has guilt about something is because they've done something or they think a certain way. So my thing is, if you have white guilt, maybe you're the racist. Maybe that's the reason why you feel guilty, because you think a certain way, or probably you did something to a person of color in your past. But leave me out of your white guilt. Now my video is over. If you like my video, please subscribe, please share. One thing I would like to do is, if I can reach 100 viewers by the end of the month, I will give somebody $100 gift card. I know it's not a lot of money, but I'll be trying to get my views up. I figure I'll put that out there. Now, if you subscribe to my channel, please make sure that you have it where I can see your subscription, because YouTube does it automatically as anonymous. So make sure that when you subscribe to a channel, people can actually see. So I can actually, if I do reach 100 subscribers, that I can pick a winner. I'll probably do a draw of a hat or something. So thank you. Please leave a like, please subscribe, and please share my video.